Hey guys, Myra here. I'm coming at you live from Baltimore, Maryland. I just kind of wanted to make this video to kind of, just let you guys know a little bit about myself and what I do, and maybe learn about what you do. I was going over some things with my leaders this weekend, and I like to share some of those things with you guys, and definitely let me know what you think of it. Hit me up. I'll give you my information, and definitely contact me and let me know, your honest opinions on everything I have to say day to day. I will be making videos every day. Hopefully, they're enlightening for you and inspirational, and maybe they're a little bit motivating. Maybe you yourself want to ask yourself the questions that I'm going to say on this video. So basically, let me tell you guys a little bit about myself and what I have done. I've been in customer service and sales for 14 years, okay? And when I tell you I probably done everything under the sun, clean houses, clean windows, anything that you can think of and everything, retail, customer service, marketing, advertising, property management, I've done it all, and I've learned so much from each job. And every job I've had, I've taken what I've learned from one job to another, and it's always been something constructive and something that I needed for my next job. And that's what I loved about everything that I have done, that it was a learning experience. But at the end of the day, was I happy? Was I happy working that 9 to 5 job? Was I happy waking up that early in the morning and rushing out the door and taking, I'm a single mother of 2 kids, taking the kids to school, then hurrying up and, getting to work, and hopefully I'm not late because of traffic, then getting off and then sitting in traffic. And then by the time I get home, it's 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'm feeding the kids dinner. By 10 o'clock, I'm getting them in bed, giving them a bath, getting them to bed, and this is just a vicious cycle that goes on and on and on. And when I was younger, I always said to myself that when I was 30 years old, I was going to own my own business. It was going to be a spa, and I was going to be financially free. Well, guys, I'm 32 years old. I'm not working right now, and I decided that I needed to change my focus. What is my focus in life? What are my real life goals? What is it that I really, really want to do with my life? I'm 32 years old. What do I really have to show for it? Okay. I have 2 beautiful children. I wake up every day. I'm glad that I wake up every day. I thank God that I wake up every day. But at the end of the day, like I said, I was in this vicious cycle. So when I came back to Baltimore, I used to live in San Antonio. When I came back to Baltimore, I just, what am I going to do? And I started applying for jobs everywhere, and I just felt like I was getting nowhere, like I was stuck. Okay. So I took a step back, and I said, you know what? I've always wanted to own my own business. I always wanted to own my own business. I always wanted to be my own boss. These are the things that Myra wanted out of life, and what am I going to do to get there? So I did my research, and, people in my past life or my friends can tell you that I've always, whatever little extra money I had, I always dumped it into businesses or different things, and they just never worked out, or they never panned out, or maybe I felt like I didn't have enough time for the business that I started. Maybe it was a legit business, and Myra just didn't have enough time for it because I kept finding excuses not to succeed, in that field that I chose to do, because I had no time, because I was busy running the kids to school, running them here, doing this, doing that. My whole schedule, I felt, was filled. I was unhappy. I was pulling my hair out. I was facing eviction. So I started doing some real research, and I started working for this company. I'm not going to tell you the name of it because I think it's very unprofessional to bash other companies. I just, if you don't like it and it's not for you, you don't like it and it's not for you, move on. Okay, that's how I always felt. Just like when you're at work, you don't like your job, you go out and you find a new one, right? Right. So I work for this company, and it's a great company, don't get me wrong, and there's success in it, huge success in it. But I wasn't feeling the vibes just yet, But the minute I got into this company I'm in now, I felt the vibe right away. Everybody was on the same page. Me and my mentors, we just clicked. The leaders, getting on the calls with them, we automatically clicked. And I've been doing this for a short amount of time. And we just, boom, family, unity, just like that. And I knew that this is where I belonged. I knew that this was the company for me, and this is what I've been searching for and looking for, because I love to help people. This company, it gives you an opportunity to help others, and I love it. I love it. I love that I can talk to my friends, my family, strangers, anybody about helping them, how to help them save money and how to help them manage their money and, make an income in the process, and I want to help them so much. And that's what this company allows me to do. It allows me to help others succeed and help others grow. So let me put it to you this way, okay? You're working at McDonald's, okay? Let's use that as an example. You're working at McDonald's, and you're a cashier, okay? You're a cashier, and the next level is shift leader, and then the next level is manager or assistant manager, and the next level is manager, correct? That's what you're building up to. Okay, so you're sitting there and you're trying to build up to this level, or even if you work in a corporate office and you're in an entry level, you're at entry level. And then after entry level, you're looking for maybe a department manager job, and then or a supervisor position, and then a department manager job, and then maybe a regional manager, and then regional vice president, and then senior president, and the list goes on all the way up to CEO, correct, or president, whatever the list goes up to. So every job you're learning something new and you're striving to do better. Okay, and there's people helping you, hopefully, along the way to do that. And there's training on it. Okay, and people are training you on your next level position. Correct? I think everybody gets the idea of what I'm trying to say. And that's what we do here as well with this company. It's the same thing, same concept. You're coming into the business. There was somebody that was helping me prior to. Now I'm helping you, and I'm helping you grow within the company. So that's what I do. That's what we do. So a couple of things that I want to go over that I've talked about this weekend with my mentors and the leaders in the company was what motivates you. When you wake up in the morning, what's motivating you? Okay, and we got so much feedback on that, and it was great. I loved it. Everybody was all in with it, and that's what these videos are about, guys. Every day I'm going to share, the questions of Myra's questions of the day is what I call it. So if you definitely want to see Myra's question of the day, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And you'll get to see all of those questions of the day, and you can answer them yourselves if you want to, if you just want a little bit of inspiration. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to send you 20 or 30, 40, 50,000 emails to join my team now and all of those things. I'm just here to educate you and motivate you. okay, and enlighten you on life and how to change it if you see fit, you know, and if you want to say, hey, Myra, I see your every day, you know, your life is changing. I see different things in your videos. I see you talking about different things, you know, teach me, or I want to learn, you know, and that's what I'll be here for. And that other people will be here for you too along the way, if that's something that interests you. But I'm not here to push you. I'm not here to force you. You know, I'm just here to tell my story to the world like everybody else. And I want you guys to know that it is very important to be honest and to be real with people, because that goes a long way. If you're honest and you're real with people, people will be honest and real right back to you. You know, there's a lot of them out there. And if they're not honest and real with you, then, you know, maybe they're just not a fit for you, you know, and you know, they can go, you know, be friends with somebody else or what have yous. And the main thing, you know, another thing we talked about this weekend was trying something new. You know, like, what have you tried something new today? You know, what have you done today that you didn't do yesterday, or that you never done before? And it could be anything. You know, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be business. You know, what did you try new today in your business? It could be, you know, I went skydiving because I never been before. You know, it could just be something like that. Or you can say, you know, I wanted to go deep sea diving, you know, so I went to Puerto Rico or wherever deep sea diving takes place, you know, or cave diving. I want to go cave diving, you know. I've never done it before, and it's something that I really, really want to do. And one day when I get to do it, you guys will see the video. Another thing that we talked about and we touched on today, for today, was patience. You know, how do you learn patience? You know, how patient are you? And I learned, because I used to be the most impatient person ever, and I wanted it now. Like, I wanted it today. Today, I wanted it right now. You're not telling me anything different. So basically, I just humbled myself, and I became, you know, I got over my anxiety, not completely, but I got over my anxiety of always wanting to do something now and wanting something to happen now. Because, guys, guess what? Nothing's going to happen right now. You know, I want to go cave diving. That's not going to happen for me tomorrow. But you know what? It's on my bucket list, and it's going to happen one day. I'm going to get that cave diving down, and you guys are going to know about it. So just doing different things, you know, thinking differently, and just stepping outside the box every once in a while is all you need to do, you know, and just sit on that for a little bit, you know, step outside the box, you know, think, you know, every day everybody's grinding, and they're going to their 9 to 5, or their 5 to 10, or their midnight to 7 in the morning, you know, like nurses, they have really late hours. Doctors work 24/7. You know, during your daily grind, you know, think about what you want to do differently in your life, okay? And if you want to message me and let me know, or, you know, if you don't, that's okay too, you know. You don't have to message me at all. But definitely, you know, my goal is to be inspirational, and just, you know, keep you guys focused, and keep myself focused at the end of the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of video. Tomorrow I'll have something new for you. And if you guys want to contact me, I'll have my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. And I'll let you guys know how my success is going each and every day. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I will catch up with you guys tomorrow.